Hello, Dave Parrish here with Knack Builders. Um, Today's topic is going to be the basics of building an inventory app. It's a real common app. I do a lot of them. They're actually pretty straightforward. Just got to think of it the right way. I'm going to go through the basic objects you need, how they're connected, and the interfaces. If you like this video, I'd ask that you like it on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Let's just jump right into this. I'm going to call up an app here. This is a nonprofit that gives away to people in need hygiene products. And they asked me to build an inventory system for them. This particular inventory system addresses locations. They have several locations. This is part of this. I'm not going to get into that. That's a little more complex. I just want to go through the basics of the objects you're going to need, how they're connected, and the interfaces. Now, you're obviously going to have clients, and you're going to create client order, which is sort of like an invoice. It's an order to which you have items you're going to add, the stuff that you're giving out. But let's start with this one. Items. This is a basic thing. It's a list of all the stuff that you carry. In this case, they have all these different hygiene products, quite a few of them. And you're going to create typical stuff. Item number, let me get over here. Its current value, and other basic stuff. There's some calculation, but this is the important. The name of the item number is common, and its value. Those are the big things. So in the client order, again, is like an invoice. You're going to create an order, the date, who the client is, what they're buying is not really relevant to the order. That's a different item. That's just in-out stuff. So you're going to add those items to this, which you're going to take away. Now let's go to that thing. I call it in-out because with inventory, you're selling stuff or giving out stuff. That's going to be an out. Then you have to replenish it. That's going to be an in. And depending on what the action you're doing in the app is, the system is going to know which one it is. And then it's basically just going to keep a tally of all those. So every item, you're going to select the item. A child record to that will be if it's coming in or out. And then it has a number. Let's go to that. Hold on. So they have the value, quantity, stuff you're going to do. And then it's either coming in or out. If it's coming out, let's go to this type factor, I call it. Let's go down to that. That's a conditional thing. Type factor. Condition. If it's incoming, it's a factor. It's going to be 1. If it's outgoing, it's going to be a -1. Then it's going to do a calculation on the quantity and on the price. The quantity is the main one for tracking inventory. So it's either going to be a negative number or a positive number, depending if it's going in or out. And then what you can do is each item, you can look down at that. Since those are all child records for each item, it's going to keep a summary of everything, and it's going to give you the current value. As an aside, when you're setting these up first with any inventory thing, you're going to have start off with the first record is going to be the current inventory, what you have on hand. So you have to do a physical inventory and create a record, a positive one, for each one of those to start off. That's the main thing. Now we're going to go to the client side. Let's go here. Let's go find one. This is an order. You have to create order. It's going to have this boilerplate stuff up top. Then you're going to add items to it. You're going to select what item. This is this is an in-out thing here. So this is connected to the parent, which is the item. You select it, you put in the quantity, and I'm not going to do it because it's a real app here. It's going to show up down here. And then I'll show you what goes on behind the scenes in those pages. This is that. Add an item to it. Going to go to rules. You're going to create a record rule. You're going to capture whoever the client was in the parent record, the order itself. In this case, it does a location. You're going to grab the date also of the client order. This knows that it's going out because it's an order. So we select that value as out. That'll make that number factor and negative, and it does the proper calculation. And then what you do, the value of it is going to be to a connected value. And this is going to be that parent record of a list of all the table of all the products you have and its current value. It will go grab the current value. So that's that part of it. Let's go to the admin side then. The admin, well, first they'll have a table of all the items, so they can add new ones and update the pricing or whatever. Then how they manage the inventory. Let's go here, manage inventory. Here's a list of all those items. And now it's giving us a summary that these are all different locations, but the system knows just by that count how many there are. If something came in, something goes out, it keeps a constant tally of that. But let's go to an item, this item, liquid spray. Here's where they can add stuff. They can do a couple things, actually. If they have incoming, they can do it here. What it was, they're collecting information, what service location it's going to, how many are coming in, and is it coming in or out? I give them an opportunity to do in or out here, because with the same thing, when they're replenishing, but on occasion, you're going to do a physical inventory. And for a number of reasons, what the computer says and what the physical inventory is can be off. So you're periodically going to do a physical inventory and make a manual adjustment for whatever was missing, or if there's too many there. And here they can select if they want this to be a negative or a positive. And then you can look at there's all kinds of reporting in here. But this is basically it. If you get those things right on the data side, there's just a few important ones. And then build those things out, it's going to work really well. So that's the basics of an inventory app. Thank you.